The 2019 Lake Ontario high water event resulted in severe shoreline erosion and significant property damage. In response, many property owners need to restore or repair their damaged shorelines. Because the Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, regulates work along the shore of Lake Ontario, a permit from DEC is required for work in the lake and designated coastal erosion hazard areas. These coastal erosion hazard areas are mapped by DEC and include beaches, dunes, and bluffs, and areas with high rates of erosion known as structural hazard areas. DEC can provide a general permit for certain shoreline and repair activities. As related to New York environmental regulations, a general permit is a written authorization for an activity or action that has been determined to have limited impact on the environment. The activity is permitted as long as the activity is carried out as described. You can download and print a general permit and application instructions from DEC's website. This video describes how to complete the general permit application. Note that you can start work only after the property owner receives written approval, known as a general permit, from DEC. You must submit a completed application to obtain coverage under the general permit. Be sure to complete all parts of the application. If your application is incomplete, it will delay authorization to start your project. A complete application includes the 4 basic items shown here. 1. A completed application form. 2. A site location map. 3. Photographs. And 4. Project drawings. Remember, the application form is 2 pages, and all information marked with an asterisk must be completed. In the name of property owner/applicant space and mailing address space, fill in the applicant's name, email, mailing address, and phone number with the property owner's information. If you are not the property owner and are preparing the application for the property owner, also enter your name and contact information in the name of agent/contractor space. In the address of project location space, fill in the address, town, and county where the work is proposed. In the project description space, include a brief written summary of all the work you are proposing to do at the shoreline. Include dimensions, all repairs to existing structures, all new structures, all new rock or fill material, and all shoreline grading. At the bottom of page 1 and top of page 2 is a list of project types that are allowed under the general permit. Check all that apply to your project. If your project is not on the list, then your work cannot be covered by the general permit. If your proposed work is not covered, you will have to obtain an individual permit. For instructions on an individual permit application, call your local DEC regional office or visit the DEC website at www.dec.ny.gov and search Joint Application Form. For a general permit, the property owner must sign and date the line below the certification section. By signing the form, the owner acknowledges they have read the general permit and accepts responsibility for complying with it. This signature also gives DEC staff permission to inspect their site. Each application must include a location map. A variety of maps can be used, but they should show the names of local roads. Be sure to mark and label the project location on the map clearly. Each application must include site photographs showing existing conditions at the work area. If available, photographs showing the conditions before the area was damaged may be helpful. Do not compromise your personal safety when taking these photographs. Take precautions in unstable or eroding shorelines. Each application must include drawings showing the proposed work. These must be provided in a top-down view, known as a plan view, and a side view, known as a cross-section. Drawings may be hand-drawn and must show details, including measurements and material descriptions. In some cases, you may need to hire a professional engineer to prepare the project plans, especially if work is proposed on a bluff or where structures are unstable. The sample plans are illustrative. Each project will require its own design. As shown in this sample, the necessary elements of each drawing include property lines, locations of structures and other fixed objects, measurements showing the length and width of the work area, measurements showing the distances from the work area limits to fixed objects, known as benchmark measurements, labels identifying materials to be used, location of the mean high water line, the address of the property owner, the date, and the name of the preparer. If available, use an enlarged copy of a property survey for the plan view drawing, since these will often show the property lines and any fixed structures on the property. You may need to show how construction equipment will get to the work site, especially where high, steep bluffs or structures limit access. This is a sample cross-section drawing for a rock revetment. It contains the essential measurements that must be provided, including the height and width of the revetment and the sizes of the rocks to be used. It also shows other materials and techniques that will be used to promote stability, including geotextile fabric placed beneath the revetment and heavy stone at the base, or toe, of the revetment. The cross-section may be hand-drawn but must show all work and the mean high water line. The plan and cross-section drawings must show the location of the existing shoreline compared to the proposed work. These two plans are hand-drawn examples of plan and cross-section views and the information they should contain. This sample plan and the following cross-section illustrate a repair of an existing break wall. Note that the general permit allows the repair of vertical structures like break walls. Extending these structures or installing new ones is not allowed by a general permit. Like the revetment plan, the dimensions of the work area and all construction materials must be identified. Please note the stone shown at the base of the break wall in the sample cross-section. This toe stone will help protect the wall from scour. Toe stone is an important part of vertical structure repair and should be sized to withstand wave action. Your drawing should identify the stone size and the total height and width of the area the stone will be placed. Once you have a completed application, send it to your regional Department of Environmental Conservation office based on the county where the work is proposed. The location of your regional office can be found on the department's website at www.dec.ny.gov. The application package can be hand-delivered during normal business hours, mailed, or emailed. If you are emailing it, please create a single file attachment containing all parts of the application, preferably in PDF file format. Applications for a general permit must be submitted before April 30th, 2020. DEC staff will review the application and determine your eligibility for the general permit. If more information is needed, we will contact the listed applicant. When DEC approves your project under the general permit, we will send a permit authorization document, including a copy of the project plans for reference. You can start work only after DEC approves your project under the general permit. General permits to address Lake Ontario high water events will expire September 30th, 2020. You will need to complete your project before this deadline. Thank you for watching this instructional video. For additional guidance and instructions, you may visit the DEC website where the general permit and detailed written instructions are provided.